We're thrilled to have Dr. Horn join us this morning. I called him a cardiologist. He's actually a pathologist, which explain to him what that is.
Biopsies, autopsies, lab work, and technically I'm a recovering pathologist, or as my former lab director said, a fallen pathologist, because now I'm the Vice President of Medical Affairs at St. Francis, and I'm also one of Lori's cooks.
Good, good. Okay, so you're going to make a potato galette.
Yes.
Romantic meal for two.
I found this to be a lovely romantic dish. You get together, send the kids to grandma's, send the kids to camp, send the kids to college if you have to. But if you can send the kids, send the kids.
Okay.
And I already started the potatoes.
Okay.
This is a very easy and forgiving dish. You can vary the ingredients and the proportions quite a little bit, and still get away with it, so very nice. One of the keys, however, is you need to have the potatoes very thinly sliced.
Okay. So is that why you use that thing over there?
This is a mandolin slicer.
Mandolin, that's right.
And so you can find these in town. You can find them on the internet. They're inexpensive. You don't need to pay a lot for them. So with a mandolin slicer or a food processor, very thinly sliced potatoes, because that will make a difference.
Any kind of potato?
Yukon Golds, russets, probably not red potatoes.
Okay.
I've already sliced these thin, and then in a bit of olive oil, you just kind of soften them some.
Okay.
So after you've softened your potatoes, and you don't need to cook them through, you'll take them out, use the same pan. So that's another nice thing about this recipe. You're not dirtying up a lot of dishes.
Before you softened them, did you put, was it just oil in there?
Some olive oil, and I recommend, extra virgin olive oil.
Okay.
We're in sync.
Extra virgin olive oil. This happens to be a Spanish olive oil. You can, at the stores, find Spanish olive oils. Just look on the back, and they will tell you country of origin. Okay. And I find that the Spanish olive oils can be a little more peppery, a little more sunny, an effect that I kind of like. So, some more olive oil, same pan.
Why not the red potatoes, just while you're putting in some garlic?
Often if you cook with them, they'll have a little too much water, and so I don't think they'll do well. So Yukon Golds and russets is probably what you want. Slices of garlic, 3 or 4, depending.
Fresh garlic, obviously.
Yeah, fresh garlic.
Okay.
3 or 4, depending on what you want. And we're getting the heat turned up now. In a moment, after these get a little bit of a head start, we're going to throw some spinach in.
Okay.
And again, a very easy and forgiving dish. So you can vary the proportions. You can try different fillings.
Yeah, it smells really good.
You want enough potatoes to cover your pan, whatever pan you're using, 4 times, because you're going to put 2 layers down, put the filling in, and then another 2 layers. If you have a little more, that's great. And
so this is really a stirring and sipping kind of activity. That's why you think it's great for...
And you've got to do the potatoes together, and you got to stir them, and you're working it. Okay, so our garlic is going. I'm going to stir in the
and that doesn't
spinach.
That doesn't take long to wilt, right?
This won't take long to wilt. And
so when we come back, we'll finish up this dish and possibly get into the next one, right?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Stay with us, guys.
Dr. Horn, he is a recovering pathologist. He is from St. Francis Medical Center, and he gave a shout out to Lori, correct?
Yes.
Because good friend of his and cooks for her.
Yep.
And now we're going to finish up this recipe, the potato galette. We were talking about layers. Tell us what we're going to do now, and then we might have time for another recipe as well.
Yep. You're going to take 2 layers of the potatoes and lay them out. So we're going to lay these layers out, and
the spinach goes in between it then?
Spinach becomes a filling.
Okay.
And
so pretty healthy.
Yeah, very nice. And the second dish is meatless, low fat.
Okay.
And so very healthy as well, and very inexpensive. So we're going to put the spinach in.
It smells fantastic.
It does smell good.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like this. I love this idea.
The garlic and the spinach is a different flavor than what I had ever imagined it to be. And I like it quite a little bit. If you want to pour some cheese on, a couple of handfuls.
I can do that.
Yeah, she can do that.
And if you're doing this at home and you have a little more time,
how's that?
And you're doing it, that's good.
Is that good? All right.
Doing it as a couple, you can just spend a little time taking the stems off the spinach. It's not critical, but it gives you a little more time, makes it a little nicer dish, and a little more time together. And so we'll finish off by putting this as a second layer over the top. You want an oven-proof dish so you can put it under the broiler. I cheat a little bit. This is one of those clamshell pans that you can flip over. I've never been successful trying to turn it in the pan, so I would recommend that you put it under the broiler. So make sure that your handle on your skillet can do that.
So this is a really simple recipe.
This is a really simple recipe.
And
I'm going to let...
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah, well, I was going to let you finish up.
I sure can. You want me to finish it on here?
Yeah, just put the other layer on.
Okay.
And I'm going to move on to the next dish.
Okay.
Navy beans.
The miracle of television. You take a pound of beans, and I use a steamer, or a pressure cooker, rather. Let it come up to pressure for 15 minutes, turn it off, let it go down to pressure, and your beans will still have some texture.
Okay.
If you want to cook them a little longer, you can.
Is this out of a can? Or this is...
These are pressure cooked.
Okay, so, but you have that there just as
Yep.
an example. Okay.
Well, if you use a can, my friend and fellow foodie Sherry tells me that 2 cans is what you need. Sherry
Okay.
has a full-time job, a part-time job, another
She's
part-time
busy.
job, a husband, and a toddler. So I'm her sage supplier, and she knows this recipe as well. But it's easier to do for her. It saves time
Okay.
with canned beans. I like the little extra texture there.
Okay.
And
I think it's... these electric cooktops are a little difficult for the chefs.
Does that
but-
look good, Dr.
looks
Horn?
great.
Oh,
Okay.
perfect.
I'm going to grab something here.
Okay.
Okay.
And so a little olive oil again, the beans, a can of diced tomatoes, juice and all. Let your garlic start up first.
Okay.
A little salt and pepper to taste, and about 3 tablespoons of sage, fresh sage if you can get it. Again, this goes together very quickly, very easily, and we're just going to guess on the sage. How's
And
that?
that's it?
Perfect. And that's it?
Oh yeah, this is wonderful. Comes from northern Italy. A graduate student in northern Italy found this, lived off of this inexpensively for their time in Italy.
That's better than ramen noodles.
Yeah.
You know, which I think
mean,
every
yeah.
college person eats is ramen noodles. I mean, the protein in the beans and stuff.
Are these done?
They'll need just to cook through.
And that's
you just
it?
warm them up.
Do you mind if we take a bite? Just to see how it tastes?
Well,
Let's try
it's
this.
It's not really quite warm through, but yes, you can have. Of course, you can.
Now, is this one done, too?
We're going to put this under the broiler. You'll want this to brown, and then put it under the broiler.
Okay.
Or in my case, I'm going to flip it
Okay.
in the clamshell pan. And as soon as it's brown on both sides, it's done. A little salad, some crusty
Simple.
bread,
The
some
wine,
more white, a little more
Your
white.
loved one?
Yes.
Or Welch's grape juice?
Your honey nearby, and a
Yeah.
little more wine, and
I
you're
love
good.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm